Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to unpack a seriously fascinating digital economic shift that's been hiding right in plain sight. We are talking about leveraging totally free AI tools to bridge a massive, and I mean massive, geographical wealth gap. Look, if you've ever felt like building a highly lucrative digital asset is just totally out of your reach, maybe because you lack technical skills, you don't have expensive software, or maybe you don't even have a strong grasp of English, well, this explainer is going to completely change your perspective. We're going to break down the exact mechanics of building a USA-targeted cartoon channel from absolutely anywhere in the world. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the YouTube revenue gap, then get into the USA cartoon strategy, move on to AI scripting and prompting, and finally, generating and editing your video. All right, Section 1, the YouTube revenue gap. Let's start with the economics behind this strategy. Because in the world of digital content creation, your location drastically changes how much you get paid. It's a classic economic concept called arbitrage, basically taking advantage of a price difference between two markets. In digital creation, the extreme financial disparity between domestic views in a country like, say, India versus US-targeted views perfectly illustrates this. The source material gives us a brilliant real-world comparison by looking directly at the analytics of two different YouTube Shorts channels. The amount of effort to create a short is pretty much the same either way, but the payout, well, that's entirely dictated by the advertising market of the viewer. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly how wide that gap gets. Take a look at this number. The source reveals that a standard YouTube short targeted at a domestic audience in India, one that pulled in over 1 million views, mind you, generated a grand total revenue of just 337 rupees. I mean, wow, that is an incredibly low return for a video that managed to capture the attention of 1 million people. It highlights a super frustrating reality for so many global creators. High view counts simply do not automatically equal high income if the viewer's advertising market is valued lower. But look at the contrast right here. A US-targeted YouTube short on a different channel with roughly 1.1 million views, so almost the exact same audience size, generated nearly $700. Translated to Indian currency, that is over 56,000 rupees from just one single video. To put that into perspective, by simply shifting the target audience to the USA, the revenue multiplier is absolutely astronomical. You could literally make hundreds of times more money for the exact same amount of work, just by changing who is actually watching your video. Of course, seeing those massive numbers immediately brings up a very logical roadblock, right? You might be sitting there thinking, okay, that's great and all, but how on earth do I make content for an American audience if I have no idea how to edit, if I don't have a powerful, expensive computer, or hey, if I don't even speak English? And you know what? That is a totally valid insecurity to have. But this is exactly where we bring in artificial intelligence as the ultimate equalizer. AI completely removes the need for technical know-how, it bypasses the need for language proficiency, and you don't even need a budget. So that brings us to Section 2, the USA cartoon strategy. Fun fact here, some of the top 3D kids channels out there literally generate more daily watch time than major television networks. Now, the workflow to tap into this billion-view market might seem super intimidating at first glance, but it actually breaks down into 3 highly manageable steps. And honestly, the best part? These steps can be executed entirely for free right from your mobile phone. Step 1, download YouTube's official editing app, YT Create. Step 2, get your story prompts from ChatGPT. And Step 3, generate and edit the video. Boom! It is a completely seamless pipeline from an idea straight to a finished product. Section 3. AI scripting and prompting. Let's move to and see how this builds our solution to the English language barrier. Here's the secret. You do not need to be a writer. You don't have to stare blankly at a blinking cursor for hours to create a compelling script. By simply giving ChatGPT a basic template and instruction, the AI does all the heavy lifting for you. It will instantly write a full, super engaging story. And more importantly, it'll break that story down into scene-by-scene visual prompts that we're going to use later to generate the animation, so it requires absolutely zero English proficiency on your part. You literally just copy and paste. Just to prove how naturally the AI crafts the concepts and dialogue for these cartoons, the source shares an exact output example. From one simple prompt, ChatGPT generated a scene with a dialogue, "My star is lost. Don't worry." I mean, it's simple, it's emotive, and it's perfectly tailored for a young American audience. The AI just instinctively understands the tone and pacing required for kids' content, automatically formatting the whole thing into usable visual prompts. Which takes us right into Section 4, generating and editing video. Okay, so now that we have our story ready to go, the actual creation process is incredibly straightforward. First, you just open up the YT Create app on your phone and sign in. On the homepage, you're going to see options to create images, videos, or edit. You simply tap on the Generate Video tool. Then you grab that very first scene's visual prompts that ChatGPT wrote for you, and you paste it right into the tool. You click Generate, and the AI goes right to work, building your video clip from scratch in just a matter of minutes. No rendering farms required. And this brilliantly illustrates the real power of having everything inside one single ecosystem. The second that first clip is generated, you click Use Video and you are immediately dropped into a full, completely free editing timeline right there on your phone. You aren't just getting a raw video file, you have access to a fully professional suite of tools. You can add visual effects, drop in smooth transitions, slap on color grading filters, generate automatic captions, and even add sound effects. It is literally everything an editor needs, and you haven't spent a single cent. From there, building out a full multi-scene cartoon is really just a matter of repetition. You advance your editing timeline to the very end of your first clip, click that little plus icon to add more media, and paste in the next visual prompt from your ChatGPT script. Clip by clip, your story just comes to life. Once the entire narrative is built out, you simply hit the export icon at the top of the screen, and just like that, you've created a high-quality, English-language, US-targeted 3D cartoon, all while sitting on the couch using your mobile phone. What we've looked at today is nothing short of a total paradigm shift. I mean, we started by looking at a staggering revenue gap, where global creators were missing out on massive income simply because of their geography. But as we've clearly seen, tools like ChatGPT and YT Create have completely leveled the playing field. They have obliterated the traditional barriers of language, technical skill, and expensive equipment. You now have a proven, actionable framework to earn a US-level income from literally anywhere in the world, right from the palm of your hand. The tools are completely free, the demand is absolutely massive, and the geographical borders of the creator economy have officially been erased. So I'll leave you with this. With free AI at your fingertips leveling the global playing field, what story will you tell first? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.